Hey, yo, what is going on, guys? Got a brand new deck guide for you guys today. Today, we're going to be going over the Black Knight brand new deck that we got going on here. Of course, this is using the good old Gambit Horseman of Death as one of those plug-in cards, but it also was using last week in Sabanor. I think those cards can kind of be maybe fluctuate around. I think I like Gambit more overall, but in Sabanor does open up some additional play lines. But this is the current build of Black Knight. I'm trying, of course, give you guys a new Black Knight deck almost every season because you guys know, very avid Black Knight enjoyer. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. This is going to be the deck on screen for you guys. Of course, it is kind of more of the standard Black Knight created card, I'd say, generation of Black Knight over here. Of course, giving use for your Gambit Horseman of Death. But also, you're using Isan in this list, which I really want Isan to get a buff. At some point, I think 6-12 Isan would, of course, be better. In general, but the whole general idea of this deck, of course, is still to discard Infinite, but you also have Giganto as an alternate to discarding Infinite or Giganto to some of those big power pieces. And since there's a lot of Gambit Horseman of Death right now still in the meta, because it is, the week of Gambit Horseman of Death, being able to have those Ebony Blades be a 4-cost card that Gambit also can target and can't be destroyed is something that you can use to kind of, cheat out some sneaky wins, which you'll actually see that in this game, like the gameplay that we go over today. We actually have someone snap me for 8 because they think they're just going to obliterate my board, which they do. But since I have the Ebony Blades on the board, I win just because that's so much power they have to deal with. You, of course, have Iron Patriot and Valentina for generated cards, as well as I said, like the Ebony Blade is another generated card. If you play them out, that counts towards Gambit. Isan pulling a card onto the board does not count towards Gambit. So you do have to play the cards in order to count towards Gambit. You are running Quinjet as well, giving you Valentina value, giving you Iron Patriot value, and the Ebony Blade is a created card. So it is discounted and is a 3-cost with Quinjet on the board, which is something that's really nice. You have Luna also for some additional energy cheat. Maybe you don't hit what you wanted to hit earlier. So you have Luna be able to get some of those cards out later in the game. You can do a Sif and a Ghost Rider end of the game with a Luna Snow. You can get Isan out on turn 5 with Luna Snow as well because you'll have 6 energy. So like that's kind of like the general kind of thought process, I would say, with that there. Other than that, you're playing Black Knight. So like you're discarding your big cards. The first card you discard with Black Knight on the board is the card that turns into the Ebony Blade. You, of course, have Sif to target your highest costed card. You have Blade to target your rightmost card. And then, like I said, you have Gambit in here for those created kind of cards, too. Of course, this isn't like a version where you're copying Gambit multiple times, but this has felt good into some of those Gambit matchups because, like I said, the Ebony Blade being able to be one of those targets for Gambit makes it better for some of your cards, and you're not really running a lot of big 1-cost or like too many necessary 2-cost cards. So if those do get sniped by your opponent's Gambit, you have a lot of big power on the board that they're not able to interact with, just because, they can't really do anything. I'm not seeing a lot of Shadow King at the moment, not seeing a lot of Shang-Chi. So you have kind of those big cards to help Black Knight kind of get some like that extra value, which I really enjoy, and which is why we did pretty well with this deck. You guys will actually see we did pretty well with as well. But yeah, that's going to be the gist of the deck breakdown for you guys. As always, deck code will be down in the description below. And we're going to jump right into some gameplay from stream, and I will see you at the end of the video. Also, early Wicked over here. So I do think I snap this, though, because I will get the extra energy. Yeah, what's going on, Vermin? How you doing, bro? Welcome in. Welcome in. Is he worth 6K? Yes. Yes. I would say so. Okay, we are going to go boom. Boom. I don't have, and like this is another situation I don't have created cards, unfortunately. This is pretty good though. But we are doing great. Storm? Yeah, no, definitely, I would say so. Debris. Oh, they're setting up for like Sabanor things, which Storm's the card that gets changed there. I'll do this into that. Or let's do This did some climbing for a change during stream. Nice. War Machine. There we go. Yeah, I like the Isan Ride a lot. The rock turns into Wiccan. I haven't discarded anything, right? Just an Ice Cube. So I can go... This. They can go... Infinite. This is more power mid. And then this is just... Gambit goes crazy here, right? Gambit just goes crazy here. Because we have to play all these cards out for Isan things. Because Isan does not play the card for you. It just pulls the card from your hand. So that's kind of like our thought process here by setting this up for the Gambit. I probably don't have enough power middle, but Gambit's going to clear things up. Gambit either can hit like a Wiccan, it could hit the Quicksilver or Storm. We have some options here, which I like. I think honestly we have to hit a card middle. Oh, we did already snap. We just need to hit a card middle. We hit a card middle, and we're good. Yeah. Sweet. That'll work. That'll work. Pixie. Okay, we get Black Knight into Valentina, which is cool. Black Knight into Valentina. Also, the Ebony Blade is a 0-powered card, right? So Ebony Blade into Hospice would be kind of crazy. It does. It does need some spice every few months. Black Knight onto Jotunheim's not fun. So we just need to get the right stuff here, and this actually is viable. Go Valentina here. I know Sunspot's going to get some really good value for Pixie, and Jotunheim's really bad for me, but if we can hit the right curve, let's see. Yo, how we doing, Linsanity? Welcome in, my friend. Yo, another Giganto, though? Another Giganto. Yo! How are we doing, Metallico? Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the prime. Okay, so we get to go big card on the right here. But what we probably do is set up for Ghost Rider right here instead. So I can play the Blade card there. Yo, how we doing, Parrot? Welcome in. Good to see you as well. Good to see you as well. We do get Giganto, which is awesome. So big card will end up going there. They Nico into Surge. All right. I get Giganto right. And I'll get the extra energy, which is cool. They Warlock. I get Giganto middle, sorry. Alright. So Infinite there is really good for them. I go... how am I setting this up? How am I setting this up? I think I think I can snap into Giganto left. And then I'll go Gambit, Ebony Blade somewhere. I'll go like Gambit right, Ebony Blade left. And I think we're in a good spot. The thing is, if he's playing the Foom version, which normally they are playing the Foom version. The Isan 50/50 is good, but I don't get the Gambit proc. That's the thing. I mean, I guess technically the Isan 50/50 is also really solid, and I want to get the Blade instead of Giganto, so then I play Giganto Gambit. So this is where it gets interesting. I think in this situation, though, no, we go for the Isan 50/50. We go for Isan 50-50, and we hope to get Giganto middle. Well, actually, no. That's actually what we want middle. We want the Ebony Blade middle. Ebony Blade middle is good. And then, oh my gosh. No, it's this. Of course, this does lose 2 points of power, unfortunately. So this is actually only going to be 12 power left. But Gambit always hits Sunspot, so no worries. And we play right for Infinite. Yeah. I was honestly really hoping for the 50-50, and I want a Giganto middle. Giganto middle would have been better. But we'll take that too. So I think your play, Cougar, actually is the better play. I would have been like the more passive play, but this is the more points. I get more points on the board for the entire course of the game. And I know that Pixie runs Fin Fang Foom in his list. So I would have played the Giganto left, which could have been a Foom lane. And Foom gets a lot of power with Hospice. But I knew Ebony Blade also was better to play left because, we have that. But I also could have gotten the value of getting Giganto middle. So then I could have played Giganto and Ebony Blade middle and then Gambit on the right. And then Gambit could have cooked a bunch of other stuff on the board. I don't know. There's a bunch of really cool lines that I liked. Is those kind of games and those kind of situations for myself. We do get Quinjet into Valentina. I know Gambit would not have triggered if Isana pulled Giganto. But I would have had better options and power across the board was more so my thought process there. Let's do this. Iron Patriots. Quinjet gives me another 6 cause. My green screen's on point today? Yeah, let's go. I love that. They have extra energy. Ooh, DC. I get Iron Patriot myself. I'm going to go Valentina. I'll get 100 followers today. Yo, that is awesome. Oh, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I don't know how I feel about this. Make it 101? Yo, let's go. Let's go. Okay. I do this. That. Can I snap this? I feel like this is kind of snappable, right? With the amount of power and stuff I'm reslinging down here. And I'm going to be able to play on another Goliath and the Infinite. And the intel-wise is another reason why I snap this too. Living space for Ghost Rider. That probably would have been smart too. The Iska. Okay. That's fine. We do this. Let's do this. That. And that. It's a lot of power, and Gambit also gets the proc I wanted here with Gambit. And it doesn't necessarily matter where I play these cards. I mean, Goliath is like a factor here. And their Apocalypse is an Iron Patriot Apocalypse, but they play their Apocalypse middle. And then, yeah, getting the Gambit off rip is so good for us. I mean, Gambit could hit, like, the worst stuff for us as well. But we have so much potential. So much potential there. And we snapped into it because we had Tribunal. So, like, we were adding an additional 28 power onto our board, which would have been, what, another 9 in each lane? Would have been at 19 in each lane. And Gambit also procs. So that would have been just, like, really solid for us. Bill, my boy! Got Beta Ray. What do we think? What's Beta Ray playing tonight? Also, Clintar, fun fact. Clintar does not work with Gambit, by the way. If you've played created cards... If you have played created cards and then Clintar happens, for some reason it overrides what Gambit was already looking at. It's very weird. Very weird. But that is the thing. Baxter building. Okay. I mean, if I get a discard card, we're in a pretty solid spot here. We are in a pretty solid spot. Vicky. That Victoria hand is also pretty nice. Oof. Atilian. We go Loon over here. The credit cards do not have to be on the board when it procs, but there's some locations that throw off them being created cards. Yeah, and it's because objectives. It's very weird. It's a very weird like interaction. Very weird interaction. Yeah. I think it is Clintar being bugged, though. I do agree. All right. Red Guardian hits my Ice Cube. That's not very nice. Not very nice. Yeah, maybe it's because it's counted as a created card. That could be it. Misery, another Vic. Yeah, Ice Cube, the Rapper. And Iron Patriot comes down. Okay. And then what do I get going on here? Valentina? Wow, this is rough. They play another Vic here. I mean, they have their Iron Patriot card and their Vic. They play Vic here. They go up another 8. They go to 16. We go to 23. 15 here. They play Vic there. They go to 18. They play Vic there. They go to 11. They have 7 energy. They also could play Vic on another card. They could play Vic Gambit. And we just get cooked. Oh. No Gambit. No Gambit. So we'll see if we'll get into some of those situations. Would be cool. Totally would be cool if we got into them. Calling Vets is interesting for us. Valentina, multiple Valentinas is nice. Let's see. Super Flow. Black Knight. Can I get the Black Knight? Ooh. Wait, this is actually wild. It works? Okay, so Lynn knows. Wait, do I snap this? Oh, no. That's not what we wanted. They lose Coulson. I think I still snap this, though. This is still really good for us. Gambit! Valentina, not Blade? No, because Blade will discard Infinite. Will discard Black Knight. Yeah. I mean, we also could do... I mean, we're doing this for sure, and then it really just depends on what we get. Or I guess we could just do another gambit. Do another gambit into shard kind of thing here. They have gambit, Quinjet, surge. We're gonna have a lot of gambits go off ourselves too. This is where we think about things, though. Okay, so we go Quinjet. What's going on, City? If I go Quinjet Blade. Well, that hits my quota for Gambit, doesn't it? It might, but it might be worth it. It might be worth it. Let's go. You get Ultron. They go Eson into Collector into another Gambit. So all of those Gambits are about to go off. All of those Gambits go off. Hits my Quinjet. Hits Ice Cube. Hits that. Okay. How do they beat another Blade? If they got Enchantress from Coulson? Oh. The correct answer is they don't. The correct answer is that they don't. Nice job, buddy. Thank you. We get Master of Puppets. Okay, so we have Black Knight, we have Valentina. Do we have anything else cool? The Hub. Ooh, Dazzler, we love that. Perfect card for us. Ghost Rider. Oh, that's a good start. If I do get an Infinite, this is probably a snap. Infinite or Giganto, and it's probably a snap immediately. Ooh, Carmertage. I'll do that. Iska's or Isis has a pixie list? Really? Ooh, or Iris? Iris, Iska? Not Iska. Ika? One of those two? Ikas. Okay, I was like, huh? I was confused for a second. I was confused. They do have 4 energy. Ongoing effects are doubled. We do have the Sif, which could be pretty cool. I think I'm gonna go for double Valentina. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go for double Valentina. Double Valentina's nice. Hulkling, amazing hit. And we get Conchu. It's another solid hit. Phantom X! It's a 1 out of 4. Let's just do that. Actually, no. We go Quinjet, Dazzler. They Legion. Seeing that Phantom X doesn't work with New Gambit. Strange. Okay. They do Legion there. Let's do that. And this. They blob. Okay. I do this. Or ooh. Oh, do we want to get saucy? Do we want to get saucy here? I think we get saucy. We lose if they have like a... whatchamacallit? We lose if this is like a Zola? We're going to at least 10 power, right? Yeah, we lose to Zola. Phantom X is also going to go off, but they have not discarded and destroyed cards for Phantom X. Also, what did Blob hit, by the way? Mockingbird, Quinjet, Misery. Game with this list to hit 10 games. We've hit 11 games, technically. But one of them was a tie, so... honestly, this is a pretty good start. This is cool, because we'll get... if we get Esau left... they go Compy. Get Eson, they go Prodigy. That's really cool. That's pretty cool! If I can get multiple credit cards, though. Multiple credit cards could be nice. It might be nice. Let's do this. So that's going to go there. Into Gambit. Nice. They already Gambit. They have a copy of Gambit. Heard. And what do I get? Howard! River wants me to snap? All right, I'll snap. I'll snap. Oh, wait. That's actually crazy. All right. Yeah. I probably should have snapped into the Ebony Blade and having the East down. That's probably your thought process there. And, like, there's no way they can contest, really, this lane. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys did stick around the very end, let me know down below. Is it time to bring the Black Knight back? I feel like everyone and their mother's playing Gambit right now. So maybe it's not the perfect time for Black Knight to come back, but people aren't proccing their Gambit really early, which is really nice. I do have a deck guide, hopefully either coming out on Friday, tomorrow, or coming out on Sunday, where I have a really new revamped style of Destroy with Moira, and using Gambit, getting duplicates of Gambits, duplicates of Death, coming out. I'm super excited to put out for you guys. It'll probably be a live commentary. It's what I'm thinking too. So be on the lookout for that this weekend. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, as I am going to be uploading as much as I possibly can during the week, almost daily, maybe daily. But yeah, thank you guys for all the love and support recently too. All the love and support on the Gambit, of course, video on the Marvel Snap channel, and on my channel just in general. I really appreciate all the love. You guys have been amazing. But yeah, it's been real. God bless, and Tucker out.